Okay, so this is the drone. It's the camera right here. Here's a look at the protector for the camera. This is to case it in. It comes with 3 batteries and this carrying bag. Here's the RC. Alright. And this is what it looks like. So the DJI Mini 4 Pro. What's up?
Updated.
What's up, Big Muscle on this. So today we're gonna screen record and check out some of the features on this DJI Mini 4 Pro drone. And we're gonna see some of the things that it can do. So we're on the beach. Alright. You're getting that beeping sound because the obstacle avoidance is currently on. Okay, so we're on the beach. It's a very nice and clear day. DJI Mini 4 Pro it gives you very good shots. Okay, so that's the beach. It's packed with people. Go up a little bit more. One of the main features I want to talk about in this video is the ability to take vertical shots, right? So you can make your YouTube shorts or short content for TikTok, Instagram, or whatever. So all you got to do is look to the left, to the right of your screen, and you just rotate your camera like this. You rotate your camera like that, and then you just hit record, and there you go. So now you're making vertical shorts. So let's go closer to the beach. Take it a little bit higher. All right, it's a beautiful day. That's the main feature I want to check out today, because a lot of people have been asking me, how do you make those shorts with your drone? This is how you make those shorts with your drone. And you can zoom in like so with the right button below the controller and get a magnifying shot of whatever you're recording. All right. And you zoom back in using that same button in the opposite direction. This is how you do it. That's one feature. Now you can see to the bottom left of your drone, you got your GPS showing you exactly where you're located. Okay, and you can hit that icon. Okay, so let's stop recording with our video camera. But we're still screen recording. So if you look at the bottom of the drone, you see where that number is going. And it says stop. If you want to stop screen recording, that's how you hit that button, stop. And it's saved. This drone uses a what you call a SD card and the controller that's saving. So here's your home point. This is your home point. So I could hit return home, and the drone is going to automatically return to the home point. Okay, so you see that streak right there, that green streak? It's telling you where the home is. So once it gets home, the camera is gonna point down.
Landing. And
it's gonna say landing. So to cancel the landing, all I have to do is hit cancel landing to the left like this, because I don't want it to land. Right, so let's check out some other features. Let's take it back out. Gonna go up a little bit higher. Okay, so the left button on the control below, this is what you use to move your camera back up in the position you want it to be. All right, and let's go a little bit higher. Take it a little bit higher. All right, so you can capture your vertical shots like this. Okay, so let's get them back into horizontal mode. And now we have a full screen of what's going on the beach. One of the cool features about this drone is you could plot waypoints with it. Let's say you plot your waypoints. So plotting the waypoints, what I've learned is you fly to a certain spot, plot your waypoint there, fly to another spot, plot your waypoint there, and then the drone, if you hit return home, the drone is going to follow those points. Let's see if we could try this right now. Okay, waypoint. This is what you use to plot your waypoints. Okay, let's go in that. Right, and it gives you a history of your points, the distance to the left, and stuff like that. That's a very cool feature that I find extremely useful. And of course, to land the drone, all you got to do is hit this left button that says land. You can get into the back right here. Right? And that's it. So to get back on your screen, you got to just hit go fly to the right. And you're back on the screen. This is a very nice drone. Okay. It's not a very big drone. It's a small drone. It's a mini drone. But it handles what I would call, it takes very good pictures. Right? And it takes care of the job you need to get done. Okay, so let's zoom in over here on the beach, kind of point down. And we're still screen recording. Okay, so now you can see you have a much more clear shot. So if you're doing water sports or something like that, you can use this drone because it's very fast. And it has cinematic mode. Okay. It has a sports mode. It's in sports mode right now. So we could put it, change the mode. Button on the top, you change the mode. Okay, you could stop recording that. The waypoint feature. Now, one of the cool features I like about this drone, I'm going to show you guys. You know what I'm saying? You can have different screenshots of what's going on with the drone. Okay. This is your GPS signal down there in the bottom left. If you notice, it's not very stable, but your actual footage is stable. That's the next cool feature. See what I'm saying? So it's giving you like a small screen of what's going on. All right, and you could be recording that while you're at it. There's a lot of pontoon boats, a lot of people that's enjoying the beach today. Okay, so let's get out of that feature. And I'm go back into go fly. Back in regular mode. And then you're back into the GPS setting instead of the video mode. That's how you do that. To check out some of the other features on the drone, you just got to scroll down, drag the screen down, and you can see airplane mode, mute. You can take screenshots. Okay, screen recording is right there. You could attach it to the Wi-Fi system. I think DJI did very good with this drone. Okay, let's go back into the go fly mode. One of the features that I want to show you guys is the feature that you can use to like okay, so this is another cool feature that you can see your GPS screen, exactly where your drone is located, and you're also seeing the footage of where your camera is pointed. That's a very cool feature, right? Very cool feature on this drone. Just like a small screen of where your camera is at, but you can also, I think you could just switch around and make your actual camera become the small screen, and then your GPS become the bigger screen. Okay, so if
Return to home.
your battery level gets low, it's going to return home, just like this. Okay. Then it's going to point down. I don't want it to land, so I can do that. But I'm definitely going to switch the battery out. So let's stop this recording and switch the batteries out. Okay, guys. So what I'm using is a Android USB headphone. So I don't know if my audio is coming in good, but right now I'm going to check out the active tracking and the point of interest tracking. So there I am. Okay, there I am, and this is the active tracking. So boom, once you hit the screen and you get that signal up right there, let's move it somewhere else because we don't want it interfering with so boom, we hit active tracking. Right, you hit that button, then I'm going to move, and then the drone is going to follow me. Okay, we want to activate this active tracking. So I'm going to go ahead, activating the active tracking, go ahead and swipe the screen like so. There I am, zoomed in. All right, let's see if we could pull up this active tracking. Tapped on the screen. Okay, that's a whole different feature. Okay, so we're recording. What I'm going to try to check out now is the tracking features on this drone, right? And we're screen recording. Let's try to get this out the way. You can move that out the way, okay? And let's try to get our tracking going. There you go. Right, so I open up tracking. I'm going to hit onto active tracking. And then when I move, the drone is following me. As I walk along the beach, it's following me. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing you got to do. Let it do its thing. If I move around here, the drone is recording me. That's it. So that's active tracking right there. I come back to this side, it's still tracking me. Okay, it's still tracking me. It doesn't matter what I do. I'm going to walk over here and it should still be tracking me. That's the active tracking feature on this drone, which is something else I wanted to show you guys. So you can have a small amount of work to do. Okay. Small amount of work. So it lost signal. Let's get back on track over here. So I'm going to turn it towards me. Okay. Open back up that tracking. There you go. And it's active tracking again. So it can lose signal. You just saw that. You can lose signal. So what the drone is doing now, it's following me. All right, the drone is in place. It's in one spot, but the camera is following me. That's the difference right there. The camera is following me, but the drone is affixed. Okay, so let's go into point of interest tracking and see what that does. Okay, so you can swipe slow or you could swipe fast. Look, See? So we're going to bring the drone closer to me. Bring it closer to me. Right? So we're doing point of interest. So we're going to swipe. It should be swipe. It's giving you instruction to do this fast. Okay, come back over here. Bring it up a little bit closer to me. Okay, so you notice it's doing that motion right there. Right? It's doing all that on its own. I could stop it and then I could do it manually. Right? So I'm doing nothing right now. I'm not swiping the screen. It's just doing it by itself. So all I have to do now is stop it. Then I'm going to get into the mode. Okay, let's go in spotlight. I think it's spotlight. Spotlight. That's another feature. Okay. Spotlight. Active tracking. Go slow. Go fast. And there's two different parameters that you could use. Two different features on this thing that you could use. Point of interest. So that's the point of interest feature. Okay, let's get this recording button out the way. That's your point of interest feature. Right, and the drone is doing all this moving around. I'm not doing anything. That's the point of interest. And we could stop this. Okay, we already checked out the active. Okay, so on this active tracking, we can go into different modes, right? We can go into auto. I think that's the one I'm looking for. Auto, where it just does it itself. Right, it does it itself. So you notice the drone is backing up. I'm walking towards the drone and it's backing up. See? It's backing up. It's following me. It's doing its own thing as it is right now. Right? Then I could stop that. Hit back active tracking. And let's go into manual tracking. See what that does. See? So the camera, manual tracking, the camera stays on me. And the drone is in one spot. Okay, this is the feature I love the most. Parallel tracking. Parallel tracking feature. Let's see how this works.
Any Pro?
Yeah.
That's what I got, man. I got the 3.
You got a 3?
What you got?
This is the 4 Pro.
Nice.
It's nice drone, man. You can't beat it.
Not the price either. I got mine for like 500 or something.
Yeah, I paid this. I just bought this one. You know, came out like a year ago, so it's a little bit. Yeah, that's it, man. Okay, so that guy said he has a minute 3. Okay, so let's go into this parallel mode. Right? And parallel, when I move, the drone should be moving and following me in a parallel way. Yeah? Okay, so parallel go. Right? So there it's doing its thing. It's following me. It's following me. Parallel. Yeah? And while it's doing this, you could use the remote control and make adjustments while you're doing this. So it's just doing parallel. Okay, so that's a parallel feature right there. I think this is one of the coolest features on this drone, because you can move it to the other side and still have this parallel tracking going on. Okay, and if I turn this way, go back this direction, guess what? It's still doing that parallel tracking. So this DJI Mini 4 Pro is a very cool drone. These are some of the features that's on there that you can check out yourself. Okay, manual tracking. This is what this does. Okay, so this is the feature I've been looking for to show you guys, right? So if you notice to the bottom left, you see the object that it's tracking in that circle. And then you have two lines. You have the inner line and the outer line, right? So all I have to do is hold down on this and then just do it like so. And then the drone will move as I move this line. And if I want it to go on the outer circle, which is pushing it further, it's going to do that. It's going to do that, right? I'll bring it back closer to me. Look, you see that? Now it's closer to me. And I could just swipe like so. And the drone is going to do the same thing. Swipe like this. It's doing, this is the feature I love the most, to be honest. This is the feature that I love the most. Okay. Okay, I could bring it up with my controller. Then I could bring it back on the outer line, swipe it around. What if I do want to go, and it's showing you the home point. What if I do want to go to the direction that I'm coming from? I could go back there. You see that? I could go back there just like that. Okay, so that's another cool feature. Right? Cool ass feature. I love this feature. So we have the auto feature on the DJI Mini 4 Pro is the camera is tracking you, but the drone is in a still fixed position. Then we have the manual tracking, which we're in that mode right now, which is this right here, which has two different parameter circles, right? A closer one, you could move it in any direction, left, right, up or down, because you're doing it manually, okay? You put it on the outer circle, it pushes back. Put it up closer to you, it comes closer to you. Okay, if you want to go left, the drone goes left. Yes. And also, if you want to go to the right, okay, you want to go back right, it goes to the right. I mean, you can't ask for more than this. Okay. And then, of course, we already checked out the parallel, and you could switch between modes. We already checked out the parallel feature. The drone is tracking me. You see that green circle with that green arrow right there? It's tracking me. So it's parallel. And while it's in this mode, you can also use your control to do different things with it. Okay, so I could push it back. I could push it back. And then I could push it towards me. The home point has been updated. As you can see to the top left right there. Okay, so it's in parallel. And it's still recording. I'm screen recording. That's another cool feature about this drone. You can screen record. So if you're doing like tutorial videos like this one I'm doing, you could also do that. There's a lot of features to this drone. I've been getting a lot of questions about how I do record, what do you call horizontal videos for YouTube shorts. And this is how I do it. Right? Okay, so let's get out of that feature. This is how I do it. Let's stop recording here.
Point in 10 seconds.
Okay, so when your battery level is low, it's going to return to the home. You see that? Long as when your battery gets low, this is what the aircraft does. It returns to the home point. So that means there's no fear of you losing the aircraft. You can't lose the aircraft because it's not going to be out there. The battery being drained and it just stops. Okay, so let's cancel landing. So I'm going to land it, then I'm going to switch out the batteries, and then I'm going to show you guys some more features on this. Okay guys, so now that we switched out the battery, let's take off, do another flight. It's going to give you some warning. So the drone gave you some warnings about obstacle, because the obstacle avoidance is on. And that's an easy feature to turn on. Okay, you just get into the settings, you turn it on. All right. And we're gonna fly. The battery, it depends on how it's performing, the wind speeds and all this other stuff as far as the battery is concerned. All right, but this is one of the coolest drones, I could say. Vertical recording, like that way. And we're doing horizontal recording, so we're gonna go back this way. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna fly this drone out, fly it out, and get some footage off the beach so you guys could see exactly the zoom feature on this drone. And if there is okay, so we're also going to record with the drone's camera, so we're doing 2 recordings at once. That's also a cool feature where you could be recording with the screen and you could be recording. You could be screen recording and you're recording with the drone camera also. Okay, so let's cover it. We're going to go over this beach. And if I want to see what's going on the beach, all I got to do is point my camera down like so. I mean, we're not invading people's privacy. This is a public space, right? It's a public beach. So we're really not, and we don't hover it over people. Okay, keep it at a safe distance while you're flying. So it's not really over people, right? So we kind of keep it back away from the public. And we're going to keep going along the beach, see what's going on it. If the drone battery gets low, it will tell you. On this video, you could see your battery percentages at the top right. Okay, and it's giving you a warning, potential aircraft.
Edge of restricted zone.
So you're in a restricted zone. So of course, aircraft enter restricted zone. You got to turn around, go somewhere else. So the drone actually warns you, right? Because where we're at right here, closer to the destined area, the Emerald Coast in Florida, there's a lot of military installations around here. So the aircraft will warn you not to get in these zones. And not just that, but wherever there are airports, really, wherever you got airports, you want to be flying safe and get away from those areas. And keep the drone low. This drone is very low. It shows you the distance where it's at on the screen. You keep it low so you can still have fun with your drone and be safe. I think one of the best features, or one of the better features, DJI really put their foot down in this drone. But I think one of the better features with this drone also is the return home on its own, you know, when the battery is low. So you don't have to sit there and worry about, is your battery low? Are you going to make it back safely? Or any type of stuff like that. The aircraft does all that work for you, right? And you could put it in different modes, depending on the speeds you want to go and different things like that. Okay, it's a very nice day at the beach. Probably going to take a dip in this water. And from flying this drone, I flew this drone over a few rivers that had a lot of trees in the way. And what I noticed is that when I do about 7 minutes out, the drone, okay, so let's point the controller in the direction that the drone is, because we want a clear signal. But like I was saying, what I noticed is that when your signal gets weak, this drone is going to tell you immediately. Say, for example, you're flying the drone and your controller and the drone signal is not coordinating, the drone is going to tell you right away. So what I did when that happened, because I was going crisscross in the areas where it's very woody, a lot of woodlands and a lot of bush, high trees, so they probably blocked the signal. But what I did was the drone signaled me and told me, hey, there is wooded, the signal is weak. So I turned the drone around immediately and return home. And if you're not able to do that, all you got to do is hit the return home button, which is to the left of the screen with that H and the arrow pointing in it. That's the return home button. What if the drone was sitting out there and then the battery started to die and I'm not getting a signal. The drone is going to return itself to the home point. Okay, that's how this drone is. And as an example, we're going to wrap things up here. I'm going to hit the home button and show you. So return home, hit that button. I'm going to show you what it's going to do. It's going to do its own thing. Okay, it's going to send a signal to the home point. Send a signal to the home point, and it's coming straight back to me. So we already finished 2 batteries. It comes with 3 batteries. We already drained 2 of them. This is the last one, which has like a certain amount of percentage. So we're going to not finish this battery. Return home. And I hope you guys learned something about this DJI Mini 4 Pro drone. It's a lot of features to it. The software is on point. You know, it's really on point.
Landing.
Okay, so it says landing. We're not trying to land. So we're going to cancel landing. Okay. Cancel landing. Point in my direction. And then slowly come down. I mean, you can't ask for a better drone than this. And this earplug that I'm wearing right here is a Samsung earplug. This earplug is a Samsung earplug that you can plug into. Obviously, you see, okay, so I'm too close to it. But back up some. So that's the obstacle avoidance signal you're getting. Okay, so now it's stopped going. So the earplug, like I was saying, it plugs into the remote, right? So that's where I'm talking on right now. Here it is in my ears. There's the earplug right here. So it plugs into the remote, and then you could talk and screen record and do your tutorials. There's so many features to this drone. I usually don't, I'm not a drone person as far as, you know, guys who do drone reviews and stuff like that. I'm not one of those people on YouTube. But the basic stuff I know about the drone, I mean, I know a lot more about it, but the basic stuff that could problem solve and help other people to fly this drone properly, I think, you know, I could make a video like that, show you guys what it's about and stuff like that. As far as the tracking, vertical footages, because, you know, a lot of social media platforms these days, especially YouTube, they like vertical shots. And this is one drone, the DJI Mini 4 Pro, that can do these vertical shots, get nice, clear imagery, nice videos. Very great. There was one guy who was just walking by. He told me he had the DJI Mini 3 Pro and he loves it. So that's it for this. It's Big Muscle. I'm always on the hustle. Hope you guys learned something, right? And it doesn't come, the drone doesn't come with this Android Samsung earplug. So you might want to pick one of those up at a store or something if you're planning to use your earplug and do a tutorial voice recording while you're using this drone, okay? Catch me in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace. Connected to your computer. Use this USB cord, right? One that's compatible to it. This is what I'm going to click on. I click on RC. Once I click on that, this pops up. Once this pops up, take my mouse, click on internal storage. Boom, it pops up like that. Then I'm going to go to movies, like this. Click on to movies. And there you have your screen recordings. It says screen. Those are your screen recordings. So that's how you find your screen recordings. The DJI RC, okay? Just connect it.